just for the beginning, I'd like to introduce you to what I would call my favorite female serial killer, okay? And her name is Julia Tufana, okay? She created a solution for Renaissance women in need of divorce or, let's say, independence. Julia Tufana is one of the most successful serial killers ever, all right? She killed almost 500 men in the 17th century in Italy when she turned her makeup business into a poison factory, selling a deadly concoction called Acqua Tofana. What a great name, right? Acqua Tofana, which was actually laced with arsenic, lead, and belladonna. And when she started her business, she was described as this beautiful young widow. And she was known to spend a lot of time with apothecaries, which makes me think that's where she developed her potions, right? So in the Renaissance age, women, sadly, it was all about arranged marriages, and there was absolutely no possibility of divorce. You could not embarrass your family like that. So at first you were your father's property, and then your husband's, and you had no say in your own life whatsoever. So the only way to get out of that marriage was death. So once married, husbands could beat their wives or subject them to horrible cruelty. And they wouldn't even have any punishment when doing so. So Acqua Tofana provided a quick and discreet solution, and Tofana was able to murder hundreds of men over the course of 50 years without being caught. I mean, how amazing is that, right? And Acqua Tofana could kill a man with just four drops of poison, made it out in, let's say, a glass of wine or anything, or maybe in soup, because it was tasteless, odorless, and colorless, making it the perfect poison to mix into any drink. And like I said, the mixture, again, just so you know, girls, was arsenic, lead, and belladonna. How deadly wicked is that? But Julia Tofana's real genius was how she did it. And that was, a typical cosmetics little vial, just a little bottle that, would be disguised, as like a religious healing oil that no one would ever suspect in that time and that place. She sold Acqua Tofana to women as an oil facial treatment. Women could set this small container on their dressing tables next to other lotions and perfumes without any suspicion. And get this is unbelievable. She concealed the Acqua Tofana in small bottles that had St. Nicholas of Bari on it. It was painted on there. And it was titled, ready? Manna of St. Nicholas of Bari. So it appeared to be a religious healing oil or devotion item. And she got away with it, like I said, for over 50 years. I just love this girl. I really do. She gave women their independence back then, the only way that it could be done in that age. Murder. Now, Acqua Tofana became so famous that in 1791, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, yes, that Mozart, claimed that he was being poisoned by Tofana's invention. The composer was still working on his Requiem Mass when he fell seriously ill. And from his deathbed, Mozart declared, I feel I definitely will not last much longer. I am sure that I have been poisoned, he claimed. Someone has given me Acqua Tofana and has calculated the precise time of my death. Now, while Mozart was most likely not poisoned at all, the fact that Julia Tofana's recipe was still being discussed like that and everything 100 years later, it's been clear, that, her poison, was very, very popular and has gone down in history as one of the best things. However, she was hung for what she did, and a lot of the people that worked for her also were hung But just to let you know a little bit about me, that is my favorite female serial killer. And again, if you like to talk about murder, this channel's for you. Welcome to Voodoo Sue.